in order to prevent such abuses for adoption cases that happen nowadays, I mean, it's nothing new, and this question, there's been experts group in The Hague and everywhere working on that for a long time. So the idea is not that every country starts to do their own thing. It's more important that typically the work that is being done in The Hague be finalized, and then really that each country, both states of origin and receiving state, really commit to implement that and to hold the same standards. And that's what is great with the Hague Convention, is that it does allow this early cooperation between both states, kind of a checks and balances on both sides. And if we agree on the standards, then that will be the basis for the future. In the 80s, even 90s, it wasn't really a priority. So it's really something that has emerged in the last 10, 20 years, I would say, more with a focus, also with the adoptees becoming adults. So with this new topic, at first it was always, or mostly looked at with the angle of legal, licit adoptions. And the search for origins takes a whole other dimension when it is in link with illicit practices. And that's where, at the moment, I see really the challenge, is that what do you define as being the search for origins? If you do it very restrictively, you could say, well, we help you know and find your parents. But it's much more than that. It's about knowing where you come from, what's the whole history of your adoption, what's the whole context, and knowing and understanding and integrating that part of your identity which was lost with the adoption. And on top of that, if you add the dimension of illicit practices, you have also a question of, well, there was wrongdoing. What are my rights now? Who is going to go after the people who did that? What does that mean for the adoption, for my name, for my nationality, for so many things? So it goes even deeper. Right now, the search for origins, or the ways it's done, it's more focused on let's say, on the core of, well, who are your parents, and let's try to find them out. But we need to look at it again from a broader perspective, and see that we have the resource and the means to address all the other aspects linked to identity and to the search for origins. And I think that's really we're only at the beginning of the road, because it needs to happen in the receiving countries where the adoptees now live and are adults. It needs to happen just as much in the states of origins. And just like an adoption, it needs the full cooperation of both sides to be able to get somewhere. And that's always the difficulty when you have an inter-country context. You're not on your own. And you need to collaborate in order to get results, especially when you have this dimension of human rights, of possible criminal wrongdoings, etc., that come into play.